Hello, everyone. I've moved house, and so I haven't posted for quite a while. And I'm always talking about how artists must embrace change, but it's not that easy. And I learned a lot. I've shifted out of my old studio, and I'm in a bigger space now. Today, I wished to talk about dominant chords, 5 chords. Through my teaching, I've realized so many, even advanced players, play some corny dominant chords sometimes. And so there's many ways to play dominant chords, but what I thought I'd do is just to break it down into 2 specific dominant voicings for the left hand and 4 specific dominant voicings for the right hand that will serve you very well and that are almost universally groovy. The idea is that you learn these 6 voicings in all the keys and you place them on the piano where they sound best, because obviously the piano, the octaves are changing through different keys, and so you invert them or change them as you hear. But these voicings are going to change your life because they sound so good and they will harmonize melodies. And most melodies speak to one of these voicings. And sometimes I'm surprised when people don't play them because they can sound so much better if they do. So let's check them out and see how we go. Let's do them all in the key of C, and that way you can sort of take them from there. They will change throughout different keys, but let's check it out. Left hand dominant voicing in the key of C. The first one is this. From the bottom up, E, A, B flat, and D. So I'm just moving it up a little bit, semitone. And so we're going to put that in all the keys. In F it's going to be this. In B flat it's going to be that. So that's the first one. And then the second one is a 13 voicing, which is this. B flat, D, E, and A, which is the 13. So that's kind of like in a bluesy setting. So these are the 2 voicings in the left hand. And you just learn them in all the keys. And you put a metronome with the practice grid that is one of the first lessons I gave. And I'll attach it here also, the practice grid. And you just put the metronome on. And you put it at a tempo where you think you can move it around the keys. And you just start installing it into your hard drive. You say, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. And you just start feeling it out. And then whenever you see a dominant voicing, put this color in. You know, we never wish to hear this again. We never do. That's the end of the world. That's like trump. This is a trump chord. Okay? Alice Coltrane. Trump. No more trump. So those are the 2 voicings for the left hand. We want to learn those in all keys. If we've got 2 hands together, here's the 4 voicings that I recommend for dominant chords. The first one we're going to call a sharp 11 chord. And it's simple. We actually play a trump chord and we're in the key of C, and we go up a tone and play a triad, D triad. There we go. If you mix trump with this D triad, you actually get something good. That's called humility. We're going to take this chord through all the keys too, with the metronome ticking. I'm going to say, it's beautiful. Okay, so if you want, you could put the whole D7 on C7. And I often use that for comping. Okay, or just a triad. So upper tone and a triad above. Everybody happy. I wish I knew someone like you could love me. Okay, we're going to get there. The next voicing with two hands is one of the three upper structures. When I say upper structure, it's like one chord above another chord. And these upper structure chords, two of them are derived from the diminished scale, and one of them is just hip, okay? The first one I'm going to show you is F sharp over C7. This is F sharp, okay? What we want to do is we want to put it in second inversion. So F sharp, first inversion, second inversion, meaning we've just inverted the chord. Now this F sharp second inversion over C7 trump sounds really good. You don't have to put that in though, just this. Really it's like playing a second inversion tritone chord over the C. So the tritone, or sharp 4 of C, is F sharp, and we're going to take F sharp. But any of those kind of work. And it's derived from the diminished scale. There they are. So we're going to take F sharp over C7 through all the keys. So good. I've been around the world. What am I doing there? I'm taking the A7 dominant and I'm applying the second inversion tritone on top of it, which is the E flat, a great sound, and then I'm putting the melody of I can't get started on top. So I say, you see that? So then you start to see all these colors. Most people do this. It's kind of Trumpian, right? But let's color it up. A, C sharp, and G for the left hand, and in the right hand, B flat, E flat, and G, which is the upper structure, sharp 11, or tritone triad, and the melody. You could do it on the G too. So we've got G7, and then we've got G sharp, C sharp, and D, like a D flat triad on top of the G. So if you take any dominant chord and put its tritone triad on top of it, it fills so many gaps and can sound so good. So that's the first upper structure triad for dominant chords. The second one is the flat 6, an A flat triad over C7, if we're thinking in C7. Okay, A flat, second inversion. So if we said Autumn Leaves, for example, the sharp 4 and sharp 5 or flat 6 triads work in a lot of dominant situations. So C minor, here's the F dominant. We've got the B triad. Okay, so the third and last upper structure triad to put on C is the A triad second inversion, which is the 6th triad. So here's the 4 triads that we put on top of C. We go upper tone and put the D. We put the tritone, second inversion, flat 6. Okay? Now we just practice those in all keys. We put the metronome on and we say. And I promise you, it will just make everything so much richer that you're playing. You know, any standard, you can start to use these triads and have less of a thin sound. So that's the overall 4 triads that we use. But when we talk about the triads that are derived from diminished scales, we're also able to add any of those diminished notes into the triad. So we can treat the upper structure triad as the kind of foundation of the chord, and then we can add all the diminished notes into it, and it starts to get really rich and beautiful. So let's say Autumn Leaves again. So if we use the sharp 4 triad over F, so B over F second inversion. Now, the diminished notes that are available to us are, so we could say, right? You could say. Now, we're going to do the sharp 4 on D here. A flat triad, but we can put all these in. Alright? Because we're coming off this diminished. Diminished is 5. Diminished is dominant. I've already said this. Alright? So then we start to get all these new colors, you know. Sharp 11. So what's going on there? That is the sharp 4 triad, but I'm adding some other diminished notes. There's a that's the double diminished. So that's the sharp 5, A flat triad over C. And then it says, sure I'm crazy. I kind of like the A triad there. Crazy in love. Okay, that's the 6. That's what the melody's asking. This is the song, you know, say I'll move the mountain, and I'll move the mountain, you know. Double diminished. That's all diminished. We're sort of talking about the A over C, but we can put all those diminished notes in. There's a B flat. Put all these notes in. You know what I mean? What about like Horace Silver's Lonely Woman, a beautiful song, and it says, here's the dominant. We can say the G over B flat there, second inversion. He says, on this B flat dominant, he actually goes, so really he's outlining those three upper structure triads. There's a sharp 11 on the A, sharp 11 on the G. There it is, sharp 11. So we go G sharp, upper tone, A flat. So all of these standards, every standard calls out, begs for an upper structure color to harmonize the melody on a dominant, and no more Trumpian. The screen's not frozen. I'm just horrified by people doing that. Please. It needs to stop, okay? So, practice all of these 6 voicings, 2 in the left hand, 4 in the right hand, through all the keys, like a machine, like a dumb machine, like a dumb animal. Just keep shedding it, keep practicing it. Don't ask for anything in return. The idea is that when you reach a dominant place in any chord, you can hear and know what those triads will be that will make it sound richer and more beautiful. Just keep doing it. If you practice those 6 voicings through all the keys every day for half an hour for a month, your whole playing will sound richer and more beautiful. I promise you. Money back guarantee. And that means $7. You get your $7 back. All right. Good luck, everyone, and keep going. More to come. Music power to everyone.